Welcome to Ask the Lawyer International Edition with attorney Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates in New York. We hope you enjoy the show, which features immigration visitors visa, starting and doing business in New York, entertainment and business visas, religious visas, and much more. Whether you are outside the U.S. or have family in New York, the number to call, share, and keep is 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. Please schedule a consultation with us at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us. This is Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers.
Welcome to Ask the Lawyer, your premier Jamaican radio show dedicated to unraveling the complexities of the U.S. immigration system. Hosted by me, Ashley Dawkins, a proud Jamaican national, alongside esteemed New York-based immigration attorney Brian Figueroa, who brings over a quarter century of specialized experience. Together, we explore the benevolent aspects of America's immigration laws. Tune in to Ask the Lawyer for insightful guidance through the intricate world of immigration.
Good day, good day, good day. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Domestic workers. Doesn't matter if you came from the Caribbean, Africa, Latin America. A lot of the workers that come to America, those that obviously don't have a green card or may have a green card, that is the most popular starting job position for most of these women. Also as home health care workers. A lot of times people do not understand their rights. Whether you do a live-in domestic work or you go on a regular schedule, you have rights like other workers in the United States of America. In New York State, like most other states, you cannot form a union because, hey, you're the only person on the job. So you can start a union and have a bargaining process. However, you do have in New York State what we call the Domestic Workers Bill of Rights. And what are those rights? Obviously, those rights that is outlined in this document, which is not a legal right, but an advisory of what your rights should be, it is very important. Whether it be your hourly rate, how you are paid overtime, your working hours, working conditions, these are important issues for all workers. For those that may be undocumented, some of these employers obviously try to exploit those employees as opposed to those that may have a green card and be a U.S. citizen and doing domestic work. If you have a family member in the United States of America that is undocumented and is suffering some sort of wage theft, abuse, whether it be race or other, you need to have them contact an attorney because those violations fall under the U and T visas, i.e., they could get a work permit, they could get a social, and it could even lead to a green card if they have a credible case of abuse on the job. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Again, if you're in the United States of America, if you are outside the U.S., you're in Jamaica listening to this program, you're in Trinidad and Tobago, you're in Grenada and other islands where we run this show, also called Ask the Lawyer. We run it locally and internationally. You could also listen to this program on our website, or you could read some of the essays that we have that talks about how domestic workers are protected. There are many articles on our website at the law firm Figueroa & Associates that deal with these issues. And we have dealt with these issues for many years. One of my favorite articles that we did was called Green Card Slavery, where when obviously someone is married to a U.S. citizen and that citizen is petitioning for that non-green card holder, that person immigrating to the U.S., they treat that spouse like a slave. They obviously, that's not a marriage. You don't, if you tell your spouse, are you supposed to jump every time the spouse says something in fear that obviously they may not want to continue with your paperwork? Or some of them may never want to start the paperwork to legalize their spouse. One of the areas that obviously that deals with this under federal law is called the abused spouse petition. And abuse is not only physical, it's also mental. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Visit our website. Get an audio of the show, get the essays, the publications, visit our publications so that you could be educated about your rights here in the United States, in New York State. Get this word to your family that might be here in the U.S. And if you're in the U.S., obviously share this information with other home health aid workers or domestic workers here in New York State. Thank you.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
The United States is consistently ranked among the best internationally for its competitiveness. Are you planning to start a new business or branch of your business in New York? Attend our Chamber Coalition's 5-week webinar series, Small Business Sense Bootcamp. We provide education and business preparation for small business owners and startups. Learn the basics of business planning, how to finance your business, business credit, marketing, and social media strategies, small business solutions, legal, tax, accounting, banking, and insurance, and how to do business within New York City, New York State, and corporations. Register at startupsbootcamp.eventbrite.com.
Divorce, separation, support, custody. The common factor? They keep you up at night. Sleep well knowing that you have the law firm of Figueroa & Associates on your side through this difficult time. Don't divorce your money. Don't divorce your children. Divorce your spouse. Whether it's a contested or uncontested divorce, the law firm of Figueroa & Associates will guide you through every step of the process. From child custody to property and debt concerns, the law firm of Figueroa & Associates has the experience and expertise in handling cases involving significant assets and complicated issues. A divorce can be one of the most unpleasant experiences a person ever has to go through. Don't do it alone. Stop the sleepless nights and call the law firm of Figueroa & Associates, 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845, or visit 311divorce.com. That's 311divorce.com. At the law firm of Figueroa & Associates, a divorce is not the end, it's a new beginning.
Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Figueroa and Associates. For a consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.
Hello, my name is Mary Campbell, legal assistant at the law firm of Figueroa and Associates, and your presenter with this week's immigration news. We begin with Biden announces immigration protections for up to 550,000 spouses and children of U.S. citizens. On June 18, the Biden administration announced two major new policies which may help provide streamlined paths to legal status for certain long-time undocumented immigrants. The first policy will allow undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens who have been in the country to apply for parole in place, a protection against deportation, which will also allow many to access an easier path to permanent resident status. The second policy will allow individuals with DACA and undocumented immigrants who have graduated college to apply for certain employment-based non-immigrant visas more easily. Individuals who are married to U.S. citizens are generally eligible to obtain permanent resident status if their spouse applies on their behalf. However, for individuals who are in the country already following an unlawful entry, the process can be more complicated. They are generally required to leave the country to get permanent resident status and risk the possibility of being barred from re-entering for years, possibly permanently. The Biden administration's action will let most people in this situation apply for green cards without ever leaving the country and facing the possibility of separation. The White House estimates that at least 500,000 undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens may qualify for this status, as well as 50,000 stepchildren of U.S. citizens. Immigrant workers help Florida thrive. Anti-immigrant policies threaten that, in 2022, more than 1 in 5 Florida residents were immigrants. In that same year, immigrants in Florida were over 14% more likely than their U.S.-born neighbors to be of working age, positioning them to actively participate in the labor force and economy. And they did just that. Immigrants contributed $12.0 billion in state and local taxes, punching above their weight as they made up only 26.6% of the state's workforce. Despite these contributions, Governor Ron DeSantis and other state leaders continue to support policies that harm immigrants, their families, and the Florida community at large. These policies also exacerbate workforce shortages, resulting in undue harm to businesses and instilling fear and uncertainty among the immigrant community. Meanwhile, in New York City, why are so many migrant kids selling candy in New York City? Lack of child care, survey says. The vast majority of migrant vendors with children, often seen peddling fruit cups and candy on the subway, say they are unable to get other work because of a lack of childcare. According to a new survey across New York City, slightly more than 8 in 10 migrant vendors with children told volunteers with the aid group Al-Ghamdiya that they lacked sufficient childcare, the survey found. More than a third of the 75 vendors surveyed were women under the age of 25 and 75% were from Ecuador. Another 17% were men, many of them single fathers. Nearly all of the respondents, 93%, said they hadn't been assisted by any organization, and less than a third lived in city shelters. Al-Ghamdiya volunteers surveyed migrant vendors with children from March 31 to May 31. In other news, LGBTQ asylum seekers face risks under restrictive border policies, Human Rights First report illuminates. While the Biden administration recently announced a number of long-awaited immigration actions that will protect many undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens, as well as some DACA recipients, restrictive border policy announced earlier this month takes a step backward on our obligations under U.S. and international asylum law by further endangering already vulnerable LGBT people seeking safety. A new report from Human Rights First reveals. The June 4 proclamation arbitrarily bars access to asylum to most people entering the United States at or between ports of entry without a CBP-1 appointment. Human Rights First researcher Christina Asensio writes, that asylum entry ban exacerbates and adds new barriers that further endanger LGBTQI+ and other people seeking asylum. USCIS extends employment authorization documents under temporary protected status designations of El Salvador, Honduras, Nepal, Nicaragua, and Sudan. USCIS is extending the validity of certain employment authorization documents, EADs, issued to temporary protected status, TPS, beneficiaries under the designations of El Salvador, Honduras, Nepal, Nicaragua, and Sudan through March 9, 2025. We will mail eligible TPS beneficiaries under these designations a Form I-797, Notice of Action, notifying them of the extension. If you are an existing TPS beneficiary under one of these designations, and you have not yet re-registered for TPS under the most recent extension for that designation, you must submit Form I-821, Application for Temporary Protected Status, during the current re-registration period to keep your TPS benefits. USCIS extends the grace periods for Form I-914 and Form I-918 Supplement B. For Form I-914 and its supplements, the grace period will now extend to August 27, 2024. For Form I-918, Supplement B, the grace period will now extend to November 11, 2024. Until then, we will accept either the 4/1/24 or the 12/6/21 edition. Starting November 12, 2024, we will accept only the 4/1/24 edition of Form I-918, Supplement B. These forms are generally completed over a period of many months. The original 60-day effective date and 60-day grace periods may not have provided enough advance notice for those in the process of preparing these forms to transition to the new versions without considerable burden. Finally, after months of campaigning and extensive outreach efforts to voters across the state, New Yorkers have made their voices heard at the ballot box. During this competitive primary season, immigration emerged as a top issue for voters across the state. The election results reflect New Yorkers' strong support for our immigrant communities, emphasizing the importance of electing leaders who prioritize the diverse needs of every individual in our state. Thank you.
Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Figueroa and Associates. For consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.
Good day, good day, good day. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Also, visit the law firm of Figueroa and Associates website at www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. President Barack Obama took office in 2008, and I had the privilege of meeting President Barack Obama in 2007, along with the mighty Sparrow, Calypso King of the World, myself, my brothers, and my good friends from Jamaica and TNT. We met with President Barack Obama at the Brooklyn Marriott. There was a huge turnout. We met with the president before he made his presentation that day. And part of his presentation, he said that immigration is not going to be a football in his administration, that we need comprehensive immigration reform, and we need to help many immigrants in this country that are not only married to U.S. citizens and cannot legalize themselves, but also to help those children in the U.S. also undocumented under the DACA program. President Barack Obama made his speech, and standing next to him at the Brooklyn Marriott, it was a earth-shaking moment for me. Why? Because practicing law in New York City for almost 3 decades, one of our main areas of law that we represent, Caribbean immigrants, African immigrants, and other immigrants in the U.S., Brooklyn, New York, and Brooklyn has the largest Caribbean population in the United States. It was, I cried, yes. Why did I have to cry? All those big tears from a 6'4", handsome attorney from the Caribbean, a tough guy. Don't mess with me, because, hey, I represent my clients with all the knowledge and love that you need to give your clients. Yes, immigrants have been abused and in this country, especially by the Republicans. KKK Russian Trump was one of the worst. And if he becomes the president of the United States of America, it's all over, so to speak. President Biden recently decided to extend President Barack Obama's executive order giving provisional waivers to people who are married to U.S. citizens to actually get their green cards by making a trip to their home country. Unfortunately, many immigrants, even though they qualify to get their green card in their home countries, they are still scared. What are they scared of? Being separated from their family, and they do not want to take the chance that they are not approved, even though we gave them guarantees, obviously, that it's not going to be a problem unless they didn't disclose any crimes or other issues that would make them inadmissible. President Biden is allowing people under this criteria to what we call parole in place into the U.S., meaning they don't have to make that trip anymore. They could get that green card right here in the United States of America. It saves these immigrants not only the time and money and the stress of leaving the country, but it also accelerates their path to legalization. President Biden also offers relief to people who are enrolled in DACA, and we are talking a couple million young people that came to the U.S. unattended that qualify for this program, DACA, Deferred Action for Minors. So there are two groups, spouses of U.S. citizens and people who are in that DACA category, youths at the time, but older people now. This executive order obviously is timely. President Biden is running for election, and many people are dissatisfied of the lack of progress that the Democrats, the Biden administration, has done during the last 4 years. This is great news. This is fantastic news. There's a lot of details that concern this new law, and we ask you to visit our website, the law firm of Figueroa & Associates, at www.figueroa askthelawyer.us so that you could get more details. There's going to be an article dealing with all the new provisions. There's going to be an audio of the article so you could listen and read at your convenience. You could also schedule a consultation for yourself or a family member in the United States or anywhere in the world. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Also, for this executive order, the details of it, whether it be for you or your family here in the United States of America, direct them to our website, www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. This executive order will benefit many immigrants that are married to U.S. citizens. There are certain requirements, and we need the word to get out. Additionally, our publication, the Immigrants Journal, a publication that we started in 1998, it's over a quarter century. That publication, under the editor's advisement, is endorsing President Biden and Kamala Harris for, obviously, to be re-elected to Congress. Ms. Pearl Phillip and her team made that decision. Also, our other publications, Caribbean American Weekly, Workers' World Today, and New Black Voices, will also endorse the Biden team. Why? Because KKK, Russia, and Trump is a threat to democracy, is a threat to immigrants, is a threat to people of color, and also is a threat to white folks that believe in law and order. Thank you.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, ask the lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
Do you want to be a paralegal? Or are you planning to go to law school? Our Chamber Coalition's online paralegal program is the right program to get you started. Some of the areas of law include contracts, property law, tort liability, civil procedure, constitutional law, immigration, civil rights, estate planning, wills and trusts, and matrimonial, plus legal research and writing, legal marketing, and small business. We also use Cali, which is used in law schools, and you get extra certificates from Clio and LexisNexis. By graduating from this program, you can market yourself as a virtual paralegal for attorneys and law firms in New York State. There is a one-time fee of $550. Are you excited to learn more? Register for an orientation at www.freeparalegal.org. That's www.freeparalegal.org.
Breaking news. The Biden administration, in a humanitarian gesture, has decided to issue an executive order allowing individuals who have entered the United States illegally or without inspection to adjust their status within the country if they are the spouse of a U.S. citizen. This measure aims to prevent unwarranted delays and financial hardship. For more information on Biden's executive order, please contact the law firm of Figueroa and Associates at 855-768-8845 or visit our website at askthelawyer.us to schedule a consultation. We praised President Biden for his efforts to keep families together.
You are listening to Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers. Schedule an appointment now at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us.
Good day, good day, good day. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Domestic violence. What is domestic violence? Whoa. Well, any type of violence within the household. Husband abusing wife, wife abusing a husband. They don't have to be married. They could just be living together. What are your rights? And obviously, violence against children also. So domestic violence normally takes up a lot of time in criminal court and family court. Why? Because there's a lot of it. Why do we have domestic violence? Mainly economic stress. Happy wife, happy husband, especially when both people have a job, they're making money, and all of them are fulfilling their financial responsibilities. Someone loses a job, someone doesn't want to work, that becomes a big issue. Then there's more arguments, there's more stress in the household, and people start, they don't want to talk no more. They want to, be physical. And obviously, that is wrong. Physical violence never solves anything unless you're already in prison. And then you might be the big bad boy in prison or lady. But domestic violence not only impact the people that are abused, obviously directly, but directly, the children or the young people in the household. Why is there a tolerance for domestic violence? Again, economic issues plays a part, but in the immigrant community, it could be, one person petitioning for the other. So the one who is the U.S. citizen always, for the most part, have an attitude, since I'm getting you a green card, and I say jump, you better ask me how high. And how high, obviously, is a serious issue. So in those situations, people need to know what their rights are. And because people do not know their rights, i.e. the Violence Against Women Act of 1994, President Biden, a U.S. Senator at the time, was one of the sponsors of that bill, one of the few things that he has done well. And that law allows, at least 10,000 green cards every year to be given to people who are victims of domestic violence. So the Violence Against Women Act, which is gender neutral, was introduced at that time. So there is no reason, if you are a undocumented person here in the U.S. and your spouse is petitioning for you and you all are married, or your spouse didn't petition for you and you are married, you have a bona fide relationship, there is relief for you. You do not have to be subject to physical nor mental violence. Some people say mental violence have a longer impact on people, and what I've seen over the years, that is obviously true. Physical violence, your body might heal, but then obviously there's the mental issues there. But mental issues is a huge issue, which is obviously, if you do not know, is in the increase all over the United States of America. So when we talk about domestic violence, just remember that violence is not always physical. If you are a victim of domestic violence, if you are a undocumented person, we give free consultations to those people. Yes, so that we could put you on the path to legalization. You do not have to pay for that consultation. So that's how we're supposed to support victims of domestic violence at the law firm of Figueroa & Associates. You are a victim, call the office, schedule a consultation, come in with whatever documents that you have, and we will give you advice as to how you resolve those issues. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Experience by a doctor, a carpenter, a plumber, an elected official, mayor. Experience does make a difference. And at the law firm of Figueroa & Associates, we have been practicing immigration law for 27 years. We have our own publication, the Immigrants Journal, for 25 years. We have dealt with these issues at many levels. We make presentation at churches and other religious organizations. If you want us to make a presentation on any immigration issues, bankruptcy, foreclosure, saving your home, please contact us at this number, 855-768-8845, so we could come to your institution and obviously make a presentation there. Many people we have worked with over the years, most times they do not know their rights, either because obviously they didn't consult with a law firm or the Legal Aid Society, or they met with inexperienced attorneys at these institutions. So experience does matter. A lot of people who we have met over the years, they met with other attorneys who said no when those attorneys should have said yes as to if there was any relief for them under the laws, whether federal or state. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. So when I say that experience really makes a difference, I've heard horrible stories, mostly by women, that have, because they didn't know their rights, didn't have an escape. And unfortunately, obviously, in minority communities, people of color, it's a huge problem there. So sometimes what it takes is, if you're listening to this program and you know that someone is a victim of abuse, it may take you bringing that person to the office. many, many situations. We've had people who need to come in, did come in, and they decided not to, enforce their rights, either because of religious beliefs or other customs that they may have in the various communities here that are international. Over 100 or more different countries make up the fabric of New York City. And when those people come from those various countries, the women that are obviously treated more like a piece of property than a human being, they are unfortunately not willing to take the steps or discouraged to take the steps so that they could be emancipated from their problems. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. Please, if you know anyone who is a victim of domestic violence, you may have to hold their hands and bring them to the office, and we will give that free consultation. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Obviously, if you're living in another country and you listen to this program, you should let your, obviously, family know here in the U.S. that there are solutions to their problems. They just need to speak with a learned attorney. Again, the number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. You could also visit our website, the law firm of Figueroa & Associates, at www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You could also schedule a consultation there with a more detailed explanation as to what problem that you're having. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. www.askthelawyer.us. We'd also like to say that the various institutions out there that are dealing with domestic violence, we want to congratulate them on the work that they have done and continue to do. We know that a lot of the people working in the area of domestic violence, they actually get burnt out when they hear these horrible problems, either, with adults or unfortunately with children. And where the issue of abuse where children is concerned, we really, really, really need to protect our young people. Please. 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Or visit our website, www.askthelawyer.us. www.askthelawyer.us. We also work with the various district attorney offices in Kings, Queens, and they are very serious about this issue. And when they meet with people who are victims of violence, they really, really do have great programs to help those. Thank you.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
The United States is consistently ranked among the best internationally for its competitiveness. Are you planning to start a new business or branch of your business in New York? Attend our Chamber Coalition's 5-week webinar series, Small Business Sense Bootcamp. We provide education and business preparation for small business owners and startups. Learn the basics of business planning, how to finance your business, business credit, marketing, and social media strategies, small business solutions, legal, tax, accounting, banking, and insurance, and how to do business within New York City, New York State, and corporations. Register at startupsbootcamp.eventbrite.com.
Divorce, separation, support, custody. The common factor? They keep you up at night. Sleep well knowing that you have the law firm of Figaro and Associates on your side through this difficult time. Don't divorce your money. Don't divorce your children. Divorce your spouse. Whether it's a contested or uncontested divorce, the law firm of Figaro and Associates will guide you through every step of the process. From child custody to property and debt concerns, the law firm of Figaro and Associates has the experience and expertise in handling cases involving significant assets and complicated issues. A divorce can be one of the most unpleasant experiences a person ever has to go through. Don't do it alone. Stop the sleepless nights and call the law firm of Figaro and Associates, 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845, or visit 311divorce.com. That's 311divorce.com. At the law firm of Figaro and Associates, a divorce is not the end, it's a new beginning.
Are you interested in investing in real property, a home, or investment property in New York or other states? Then Equity Smart Realty Inc. can work with you. From potential returns to portfolio diversification, buying international property comes with its perks, but it's also a complex process, and there are tax matters to consider. Equity Smart Realty Inc. can help you purchase real estate in New York. We have the knowledge you need to simplify the process. Ready to discuss your options? Schedule a consultation on this matter, or start a business, or a branch of your business at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us, or call 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845.
The art of conflict resolution. Can conflict bring you closer together or further apart? Healthy couples experience conflict, but how they handle it can determine whether it brings them closer together or drives them apart. Conflict is a natural part of any relationship, arising from different perspectives, values, and needs. How couples navigate these disagreements can profoundly impact the strength and intimacy of their bond. Conflict can catalyze deeper understanding and connection between partners. When approached constructively, disagreements allow couples to communicate openly, express their feelings, and gain insight into each other's perspectives. This process of sharing and listening fosters empathy, which is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, and reinforces mutual respect, essential elements of a healthy relationship. Consider the example of Jackie and Billy, who have been together for 5 years. They both have demanding careers, often leading to stress and fatigue. One evening, Jackie expresses frustration that Billy has yet to be helping with household chores as much as she would like. Initially, Billy feels defensive but listens to Jackie's concerns without interrupting. Through their conversation, they uncover that Jackie feels overwhelmed and unsupported, while Billy admits he hasn't realized the extent of her stress. Instead of escalating into a heated argument, their conflict becomes an opportunity for growth and understanding. They develop a plan to share household responsibilities more equitably and schedule regular check-ins to discuss their individual needs and concerns. This process not only resolves their immediate issue, but also strengthens their communication and reinforces their commitment to each other's well-being, leading to a deeper and more fulfilling relationship. This example shows that even in the face of conflict, there is always a potential for positive change and a brighter future. However, conflict can also have detrimental effects if handled poorly. When couples resort to blaming, criticizing, or withdrawing during disagreements, they risk creating distance and eroding trust. unresolved conflicts can fester and lead to resentment, damaging the emotional connection between partners over time. This can result in feelings of loneliness, dissatisfaction, and even the breakdown of the relationship. For instance, consider Chris and Nadia, who have been together for 3 years. They frequently argue about financial decisions, with Chris preferring to save and Nadia wanting to spend more freely. Instead of finding a compromise, they'd often end up in bitter arguments where hurtful words are exchanged. Over time, these conflicts leave them feeling misunderstood and emotionally distant from each other, jeopardizing the strength of their relationship. This can lead to feelings of resentment, a lack of trust, and a breakdown in communication, making it even harder to resolve future conflicts. In such cases, conflict resolution skills become crucial. Healthy couples often learn to manage conflicts by actively listening, expressing emotions without blame, and seeking mutually agreeable solutions. They recognize that disagreements are inevitable, but view them as opportunities to strengthen their relationship rather than sources of division. This highlights the power and control that individuals have in shaping the course of their relationships through constructive conflict resolution. Moreover, repairing and reconnecting after a conflict is equally important. Couples who apologize sincerely, forgive each other, and move forward demonstrate resilience and commitment to their relationship's well-being. This might involve discussing the conflict once both partners have calmed down, expressing understanding and empathy for each other's feelings, and making a plan to prevent similar conflicts in the future. This reconciliation reinforces their emotional bond and builds trust to weather challenges together. Yes, healthy couples experience conflict, but the key lies in managing and resolving it. Conflict can bring couples closer together when approached with empathy, respect, and a willingness to understand each other's perspectives. Through effective communication and constructive conflict resolution, couples like Jackie and Billy can not only resolve their differences, but also deepen their emotional intimacy and strengthen their bond over time. Conversely, unresolved conflict and negative conflict management strategies can drive couples like Chris and Nadia apart, highlighting the potential risks and the importance of cultivating healthy relationship skills for long-term happiness and connection. This serves as a reminder of the potential consequences of unresolved conflict, motivating individuals to improve their conflict resolution skills. Diamonds are forever. Marriages are not. If you are considering a divorce or separation, consult with the compassionate and experienced team at the law firm of Figueroa and Associates. Call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us to book a consultation. The lawyer you hire does make a difference.
Divorce, separation, support, custody. The common factor? They keep you up at night. Sleep well knowing that you have the law firm of Figueroa and Associates on your side through this difficult time. Don't divorce your money. Don't divorce your children. Divorce your spouse. Whether it's a contested or uncontested divorce, the law firm of Figueroa and Associates will guide you through every step of the process. From child custody to property and debt concerns, the law firm of Figueroa and Associates has the experience and expertise in handling cases involving significant assets and complicated issues. A divorce can be one of the most unpleasant experiences a person ever has to go through. Don't do it alone. Stop the sleepless nights and call the law firm of Figueroa and Associates, 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845, or visit 311divorce.com. That's 311divorce.com. At the law firm of Figueroa and Associates, a divorce is not the end, it's a new beginning.
In a world where silence hides violence, there's a beacon of hope. Join the Love Life Now Foundation as we stand up against domestic violence in Jamaica. Let your voice be the catalyst for change. Speak out against all forms of domestic abuse within your homes. Domestic violence is not a part of Jamaican culture. Together, we can break the cycle and help victims find safety. Love Life Now Foundation provides hearts and hands to those affected by offering vital resources and get safe assistance. To support our mission to empower victims to become survivors, call 1-877-824-6470. Love Life Now Foundation, Jamaica. Together, we can heal. Together, we can make a difference. Stand up against domestic violence today.
Are you looking for a side hustle as an independent contractor? Are you looking to make extra cash and business opportunities? We have opportunities for graduates from our online Chambers Paralegal program to work with lawyers and other legal professionals in New York State or persons with similar qualifications. We also have opportunities for other chamber businesses in graphic arts and design, creating and updating websites in WordPress, the most popular platform, and other platforms, social media experts in the various platforms, and database experts. There is also a high demand for voiceovers, audio, and video podcast editing in the marketing field, journalists, and other professionals in the services industry who can work in the virtual world for U.S. businesses. Send your resume and a cover letter explaining why you or your business is the right fit for these partnerships to info@myiqinc.com. That's info@myiqinc.com.
The following is a public service announcement from the law firm of Figueroa & Associates. To schedule a legal consultation on this or any other issue, please call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us.
Beware of immigration scams. Stop! Despite the excitement about new White House immigration announcements, it is more important than ever to seek advice from a qualified immigration attorney or an accredited representative about your specific situation. Be patient and take the time to find the right help. Details of how to apply for the new program are not yet available. The wrong advice could harm your chances of staying in the United States, getting lawful status, or becoming a U.S. citizen. Don't be fooled by notarios, consultants, or immigration scams promising immediate results or special solutions in order to steal your money. Many unscrupulous notarios cost more than licensed attorneys. If you are unsure if someone is qualified to help, ask for proof of their credentials and retain a copy of that evidence. Use the American Immigration Lawyers Association Find an Immigration Lawyer search www.ailalawyer.org to find a qualified immigration attorney. Talk to a qualified immigration attorney. Ask questions before making payments and ori peor que notarios who are trying to take advantage of you or your family. For more information on avoiding scams and reporting notarios, visit www.stopnotariofraud.org. If you have any questions, we encourage you to contact our office at the law firm of Figueroa & Associates at 855-768-8845.
You just listened to a public service announcement from the law firm of Figueroa & Associates. To schedule a legal consultation on this or any other issue, please call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us.
This show is a production of IQ Inc. Marketing. If you would like to advertise your product or service on this show to the U.S. and Caribbean markets and through our multicultural publications in New York, please call 866-435-3286 or send an email to info@myiqinc.com.
Thank you for listening to Ask the Lawyer International Edition with attorney Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates in New York. We hope you enjoyed the show, which featured immigration visitors visa, starting and doing business in New York, entertainment and business visas, religious visas, and much more. Whether you are outside the U.S. or have family in New York, the number to call, share, and keep is 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. Please schedule a consultation with us at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us. This is Ask the Lawyer, International Edition. You have questions? we've got the answers.